Crunch time, coming up big when it counts.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Crunch Time, where we come up big when it counts. I'm Dom with the great man Sauce and Lukey and Ant. Boys, another week. How you been?
What up?
Good, Doma. You?
Always good, mate. Avondale winning.
I was going to say, how was the game last night?
Very good. Saucy was
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah, went
Did
down.
Saucy come as well?
I went down. Made a feature down there, Luke, and I mean, you know, they got the win comfortably as they should have, considering they were versing a State League 2 side or whatever it was.
Are Yarraville State 2 now?
Yeah, it was State 1.
That's where they used to be lower.
Oh, there we go.
State 1 now. Shit, that's even better. I thought they were lower than that, to be honest.
Yeah. So it was good. I'm going well. Thanks for asking. How are you boys going?
Yeah, good.
Very good.
Plugging
Easter,
along, mate. Plugging along.
Orthodox Easter this week.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, it's a Galia Anastasi to all our Greek watchers.
Very nice.
So exciting times. Always nice. Easter's always a nice holiday.
It definitely is.
It's true.
It definitely is. All right, boys.
Are you going to be at church on Saturday night, Ed?
Oh, of course. Friday,
12 o'clock?
Saturday.
Friday
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Jeez, he's going all out.
We do the walk around the church, the epitafio. Are you fasting?
Nah, I'm not this week. I'm on a meal plan at the moment, so I'm
Shredding,
I'm
bro.
not, but-
Shredding.
Yeah,
opposite way. I'm trying to put it on.
That's
Friday.
Doing the-
Tomorrow probably
bulk.
won't be no meat, but
There you go.
yeah.
That's
Hey, you
it.
want some bulking
Tomorrow's
advice?
gonna
I got plenty of tips for you, brother.
All right, let's get into it, boys. Champions League this morning. The last 2 days. 1-1 Madrid and your boys Chelsea, Luke. And then this morning, the upset, really. It was PSG copping 2 goals, away goals, that is, to Man City losing 2-1. So, boys, your thoughts on the games the last 2 days and what you think this means, obviously, for the hobby at hand.
First and foremost, let me just kick it off. Let me jump in here quickly and just say the absolutely pandemonium from the American fans out there. Captain America getting on the score sheet. Christian Pulisic himself, and I mean the Pulisic cards just coming afloat on Instagram, posted absolutely everywhere. Thoughts?
See that hashtag post your Pulisic?
Yeah, that's what I mean, mate. They just
Right.
come out in droves. They come out in
Let me
droves.
tell you, I wake up. What day is that? Thursday morning? No, Wednesday morning. I wake up late because I don't plan on watching that game. I wake up around halftime. It was a halftime about towards the end of the game. I open Instagram, sitting there in bed, press the first story, Pulisic. The next story, Pulisic. The next story, Pulisic. I go for about 15, 16 stories consecutively, all Pulisic. All photos, cards, you got the video of him scoring the goal. And all I'm thinking is this is the biggest blow up. Like, it's as if he scored the hat-trick in the final. You know what I mean? Anyway, beside the point, I'm being a hater. What can I say?
No, your reaction, you're always disgusted when it comes to Chelsea and Pulisic, so I love it. Let's just keep talking about
That's
it.
why me and Splash get onto him about it. I love it. I love giving him banter about Chelsea.
They send me the Mount memes, the Chelsea memes, the Pulisic memes. I cop it non-stop.
Look, that game
You
there,
did.
actually, Real Madrid
You
wasted
did.
a lot of chances. They could have probably
They
taken
did.
a 2-1 lead going back to Chelsea's home. But, credit to Chelsea. They hung on for the 1-1, and that's a very, very favourable scoreline heading back to their home arena.
Don't get me wrong. I think
You go.
Madrid will get it done. Madrid will get it done.
We've been saying this, man, for the whole time about
I've
Chelsea.
got faith. I have faith that Chelsea is not going to make the final. I have faith.
Because I'm going to clip this right now. Just clip this right now.
Yeah, clip that.
I want this to come back.
Oh,
We'll have to
man.
see. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see, Lukey. It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
What happens, Ant, if... I know what Luke's going to do if Chelsea win the Champions League. What are you going to do, Ant, if they win the
I'll
Champions
say it right now. If Chelsea win the Champions League, I'll buy a Pulisic card and a Mount card on the day.
No.
You'll be buying right at the top, brother. No, actually, you won't because
I'll
they
buy
win.
it.
The cards will dip, which is generally
right.
what happens. They'll too many surface. So we'll see what happens.
So there you go. Potentially
By one or the other. Whoever plays better in the final.
Or a Vernal one as well. Chuck one of him in there as well. Wouldn't go that far.
That's the thing. Do you think, like, no offense to Werner, I hope he's not watching the show, but let's be honest, someone that's missed the amount of chances that he has in front of goal, and then he's going to lift the Champions League trophy. Like, come on now. Come on now.
Like, you know what it's like in soccer, man. That's the story where of a player that will score winning goals when it matters. They've done nothing, bro. He score like next week at Stamford Bridge, and then he'll score in the final if they win it. If they win the second leg, and he'll win them the whole thing, bro. And then everyone will be back on Werner cards, and Luke.
Oh my god! I
told you to buy Werner, and then the cards will be worth freaking $100, and Luke will be pissing himself laughing. Oh.
It's off topic, but the one that always gets me is Daniel Rioli for Richmond. I'm a Richmond fan. I love the Tigers, obviously. Daniel Rioli is a 3-time premiership player. That's crazy. Always gets me.
Equate him to like a soccer player.
Werner.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
That's rough, bro.
I don't rate him. I just don't rate him. I don't know why.
Come on, man.
Do you take that same mantra with Werner? That you just don't rate him? Because after what we're seeing from him.
You know what? I've come off him a little bit.
I
was pretty gassed when he first came, but now.
Daniel Rioli's more like Florent Machida that used to play for United, mate. He played a couple of good games and then sat in the reserves. Fergie won him a title.
Yeah, that's probably better.
On a side note, I was looking through my one of my PSA subs actually made it to grading. So from research and ID to grading, and I got another one that's at QA Check 2, all the Marvel ones at QA Check 2, which is very exciting. But the one that's in grading now that apparently should come beginning of June, hopefully towards the end of May, has a Werner Silva World Cup Prizm in it.
No.
That I pull myself. Has a Mason Mount rookie ticket that I pull myself.
Man.
Has a Greenwood rookie ticket that I pull myself. And I think it has one either Foden base Prizm as well in there.
That's
an exciting sub.
Yeah, for sure.
That was my first ever sub in the hobby, right there. It was August under 500 with PSA Subs Australia. So that's a little exciting note as we head into the later stages of the Champions League. On the other note, we'll flip to the other game.
Let's get back to the games.
Let's get back to it. The other game was, and I want to say this as without having too much bias, because I love Mbappe, I love PSG, and I love like the fact that I own like a big Mbappe card. City got so lucky with those 2 goals, so lucky that they're leaving and they're going back to the Etihad with a 2-1 lead. So lucky. The goal the free kick went through the wall, the smallest gap, didn't get nicked at all, goes straight to the back of the net. And now they leave with and KDB's cross that missed everyone's head and just floated into the bottom corner. You know, like it's just.
Yeah, but I don't call that luck. I don't call that luck. I call that of all, I call that bad goalkeeping by Navas in goal to allow that cross to go in, not read it, the potential dangers, right? And then secondly, that wall, I gave on the normal podcast for an earlier wall bust up in the Champions League. Doma's favourite ever player, Cristiano Ronaldo, was he was nowhere to hide when he copped the lemon of the week for literally jumping and allowing the ball to go under the wall. Or turning his back. Anyway, so, those blokes in the wall, they might be on notice to potentially cop the lemon of the week because you don't break a wall like that. You don't. Yeah. That's rule 101 soccer. Understanding how to set that wall, it's crucial. And in that moment, they weren't good enough. So credit to Manchester City for taking their opportunity. They go back 2-1 up,
True.
and this is what we want to see. We want to see the young fella under some pressure. Mbappe, Neymar, show us what you got.
Yeah, it's true, and I think look, the bookies had City winning this all day, and part of me had a feeling like PSG don't really perform at home as well as they do on the road. And it was kind of to be expected. We'll see if they can bounce back. They need they need to score 2 goals.
2 goals. If they win 2-0, they go through. Because it'd be 3-2.
Is it go through?
Yeah.
Correct.
So if it's 2-1, it'll go to extra time.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. All right. So 2-0, I can see that happening. I'm not mad at it.
They can score 2 goals
at
at the
exciting.
Yeah. They can score 2 goals at the Etihad.
So what happens now, based on this morning? What happens with Foden and what happens with Mbappe?
Well, what was interesting, me and Saucy were talking about it like literally half an hour before the pod. He sent me a photo of, what was it, blue Topps Chrome refractor, and numbered out of 150, BGS 9.5, sold for 18,000 off my slabs.
Mbappe,
yeah.
Wow.
So I'm assuming that's the record, especially for a BGS 9.5 as well.
Yeah.
It's a monster of a card, but 18,000, that's a record on the day that he loses. Was it yesterday that it sold or today? Might have been yesterday. But either way, on the day that he's playing in the Champions League, Mbappe's still got the whole Euro behind him. So it's almost like you wouldn't sell just on the fact that he loses in the semi-final of the Champions League when you know he's going to play with an even better team in France in the Euro. So I can't see a situation when they drop drastically like Haaland's have. And then the same thing for Foden. Foden has got they're almost like equal potential. Like, I mean, England's going to be great in the Euros as well. And City are in prime position to make the final now, and if not, win it. And if not, win win 3 trophies.
And the league as well. They'll win the league.
Yeah.
League's done.
League is done.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what happens in between the season finishing and the Euros starting. Sorry. Yeah, that's going to be a really interesting period that I'm going to be watching because, who knows what's going to happen. Will everything drop after the season ends? Probably not. Will it steady out? That's what I think it will be. It'll stay pretty steady in that in-between bit. Looking after the results this weekend, don't buy Pulisic right now because it's just not a good move. There's definitely plenty of opportunities, though. It was interesting to see Jesus. Jesus didn't play at all today, did he?
Nah, and their lineup, City's lineup was 4-3-3, and
KDB was up top. Yeah, he was playing as sort of like a 10, yeah, or a false 9. Yeah,
with Foden on the left and Mahrez on the right.
That's interesting.
No Jesus.
That's interesting to me because I've openly been out there buying Jesus cards. So I hope he gets more minutes and hopefully he can score. Yeah, but my prediction, I think City goes through now. To be honest, I can see them scoring at least one at home. I don't know if my prediction PSG Chelsea in the final. I can't remember now.
I think it was.
God, that was a decent guess from me, but I don't know. I think City. Yeah, I see City scoring at home. I can see PSG scoring 2. I just can't see them not conceding at least 1. So I think they go through, and then I think we all know my thoughts on the other game. Good finish by Benzema though. Good finish.
Was nice
for the goal.
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
From
a
legendary striker. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so underappreciated.
Legendary striker, man.
Completely agree. Well, we'll see what happens there, boys. Good luck to you, Lukey. You're the only one with a team left in this competition.
Don't wish him luck. Don't wish him luck. For what?
Just wait.
Arsenal for the Europa League.
Yeah, we should talk about it a little bit. That Europa League's Super League's done.
Super League's dead, thank God.
Europa is tomorrow, and that'll be a good game. But if Arsenal manage to push through to a final, and United manage to push through to a final, that's a cracking final.
Yeah. Do you reckon that would have any impact on the card market if the final was something like Arsenal United. Yeah, you
I
reckon?
really, really, really
I
do.
feel
Because
like-
that's
I feel like
that's
it
the
would-
week of Champions League as well.
Yeah, I feel like that if that's the final, it will because they're two big teams. They're playing for a secondary trophy, but it's two. Well, I'm not going to say two good teams. I'm going to say two well-supported teams.
Yeah.
One good team.
One
One.
mediocre team and one very average team.
Yeah, coming from the guy, all right, you're playing Champions League. Fair enough, whatever.
Hey, listen, we're going to the final, all right? Just settle down.
Jesus. I've got a quick question, actually, before we move on, because I actually haven't looked into it. So you boys will probably have more knowledge than I do. But Bruno Fernandes cards, how's his market?
Expensive.
I was going to say, still pretty high. I was looking it was mid-December, I was looking at some PSA 9s that they had up for auction through, I think it was Probstein, actually. And I went back to do my work, and I missed out on bidding on like 5 or 6 of them, which was shit, because I think they ended up going for at least half of what they're worth now. I think they're over 100. They were over 100 US last time I checked.
Oh, I
For
think
a
they're
top
well
spread
over.
2017. They're well over 100 now.
I think
That was
they're well
PSA
over.
9. That was a 9.
We have, let's have a look.
I was going to say, I don't have my laptop up.
So for a base PSA 10, you're looking at about 250 US
okay.
base.
Are you on Card Ladder by any chance?
I'm just flicking through eBay. That's just
through
the
eBay,
rough, the rough price. The thing is, with that card, it's technically not his rookie, but it is in the sporting kit.
Yeah.
So like people know the sporting. That's the thing. The wider community now knows sporting because of how expensive the Ronaldo cards are.
Correct.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's
Good
that
point.
tie with that. It might be a play because of Portugal as well. You've got to think like Portugal is going to be a dominant force. On the low, I've been buying up Pogba just because I think Pogba's going to have a great Euro, and I think United do win Europa. And United's not a bad team either. If by some, this would be worse than Chelsea winning the league. But if by some sick, twisted, Champions League, sick, twisted world, United managed to somehow start clawing their way back to
don't say that.
to the league, and
Don't
City
even put
drop
that in
points.
anyone's mind.
Nah.
While that would be exciting,
And even me, like I said, I've resigned to the fact that we're probably going to finish second or third, depending. But as I keep saying to people, you don't want us clawing back, and you do not want us winning, and you do not want to know me if we claw back and we win, because it's going to be a very, very hard few months for a lot of fans out there.
We don't want that.
Be quite difficult. If you thought my rants on Ronaldo were bad and you were sick of him, you wait till the United clawed back and won. Mate, greatest team ever. That's what I'd be crapping on about. Shit,
it would be such a big achievement. I can't even think of it. Like we all talk about how big Leicester was winning the league, but if this United team manages to crawl back and win the league from City, who are in prime position after United have had such a rocky league, that's a monster accomplishment. Not putting it up there with the Leicester thing, but it's pretty big. It's a big accomplishment.
I genuinely reckon United, where we are in second at the moment, is
a huge accomplishment.
It's massive for us, and I'll take it. We're back in Champions League. I wasn't even phased. I wasn't like,
you were giving it to Ollie at the start of the season.
I did, mate. I'm not backtracking on that source. I completely agree. I did. I hammered him. I called him Shithouse United for about a month and a half. I'm not going to take that back, retract it. As you know,
that's most United fans.
Here we go. All right, Liverpool are any better. We're not going to get into a freaking pissing contest here because we'd be going for about 4 hours, I reckon, this podcast if we did that. Let's move on before it gets out of hand. A Liverpool and United rivalry, that's not what you want. F1, Topps Museum, UFC Prizm. What's your thoughts? We could start with F1. It's at the moment.
It's on fire at the moment. The singles are going absolutely crazy. Hamilton stuff, Verstappen. The way Chrome is going though, it looks like Dynasty might be undervalued. I haven't checked Dynasty, to be honest. In the last few days, I haven't really checked much Dynasty stuff. But considering how much the Topps Chrome cards are going for, I think Dynasty is undervalued. at what originally they were up for. I think Verstappen RPAs were up for what? Was it 5K US or 3? It was either 3 or 5 I saw one for. I think that's a good price.
I agree with that.
I also think one driver everyone is sort of overlooking at the moment is Vettel. One thing that you got to remember for Vettel is he's actually won something. Yeah, he's not in the best car now, and he's at the tail end of his career, but he's actually won.
He's won 4. I'm pretty sure 4 or 3. He's in like the top 10 most or top 5 most Grand Prix wins ever. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I feel like he's right now because of how he's been the last few seasons. When he went since he's been at Ferrari, it hasn't been great for him. Yeah, I feel like Vettel is underrated and undervalued at the moment.
And as you know, in F1, age becomes a factor when you get into your mid to late 30s.
Yeah.
He's not even mid 30s yet. I'm pretty sure it's 33 or 34.
I feel like the way it's going though, the top seats, I don't think they're going to take him.
No, they won't take him. No, way
they're looking at it now. Like, look what Ferrari did. They got Sainz in pretty young. It's looking like George Russell will be second to the Mercedes seat.
Like, I think he's the play. Honestly,
Verstappen tops Dynasty 5 of 10 RPA, or I think it was an RPA. Went for nearly 6K on bids, just under 6K.
When was that?
On the 23rd. So, 23rd. I mean, that's pretty fairly priced, I would think. $6,000. It is 5 of 10. It is 5 of 10. But I don't know where the chrome sits.
At the same time, Christian Horner cards are bloody selling for crazy prices too. So.
It's just I don't know if it's just because it's been out a week or so. Why singles are just so high at the moment.
But this is just like something that we're used to in the hobby, seeing with new releases, isn't it? Like we'll just jump over quickly the UFC Prizm. People paying $140 for a Conor McGregor base Prizm. Like I was saying to you, Source, today, I thought it would have been more, to be honest. I genuinely thought people would have paid more. Yeah, but I think people need to realise, I don't know how many times they need to see this, but that's going to be seriously a $20 to $30 card. Seriously. It is going to. We see the hype that was around LeBron James Prizm last year. Base Prizm were at one stage going for $100, and now you can pick them up for like $15, $20, right? So... I mean, what's to say just because it's first year Prizm? I don't think it's going to hold that much of a value of a premium. What about sealed? What about sealed Source? What do you think? First Prizm for UFC? Yeah, maybe there's something in there, especially because there's a few RC cards in there that are actually genuine RCs. There are a few guys on there that are getting RC logos that have been in products prior. So technically, I don't think it is their RC. I don't know whether they're taking into account. They're doing the whole Haaland thing again with the RC logo. Seeing guys in there who are nearly 30 years old getting their RC card. I don't know whether that means... If it's their first official card, then I can sort of get them putting an RC logo on there. But are you really an RC if you're coming in and you're getting a card and you're 30 years old? Like in UFC, there's a bit of an older... come up, like the fighters sort of come up a bit older, 23, 24, 25, you know what I mean? But I still think if you've had cards made by Topps prior, that's your rookie card, not this card that they've whacked an RC on, out of Panini Prizm. So just be mindful of that. I don't know how that's going to hold long term, because if collectors start to get true about it, people are going to always want the earlier card, regardless of whether it has that RC logo on it. But who knows? Maybe people are that ignorant and blind that they just see the RC and they accept it. Who knows? Just going back to what you said about the LeBron Lakers first Lakers Prizm or whatever. Do you think a better comparison would be the 2012 set for Prizm? Compared to, say, last year's one where it wasn't his first Prizm, it was just like his first Lakers one. Do you think that'd be a better sort of comparison? I sort of get it, but it's just not as popular. Like, it's not as popular, and I think, in terms of actually the print run on 2012 Prizm, it's actually low. It's not even that high.
That I
Like
understand.
this Prizm here, it's first year of Prizm. There's so much hype around cards. They're going to be pumping so much of this product out. Like that base card, the base card, the 2012 base card of LeBron is actually pretty rare. You know what I mean? Like it's not rare in a sense that you can't find them to buy, but in terms of actually how many are out there, it's pretty rare, right? In that sense, and especially when they bring grading into it and everything. But this product, I just feel like they're just gonna have so much out there, and I'm pretty sure they might even be doing a retail Prizm drop on this as well.
Yeah.
So this is gonna hit Walmart's. UFC Prizm's gonna hit Walmart's and Targets, and Zing maybe down here if they get some Zing and EB. So it's gonna be a lot out there. Yeah, I'll get some if there is retail because I definitely ain't paying $1,000 for a hobby box.
Definitely not.
No, it just doesn't make sense in my eyes.
That was a bit mad, to be honest, when I saw that.
But the thing is, it sold out at 8:70 from in minutes. Yeah. Because I was up, I was watching it. I wasn't going to buy one, but I was watching it. Then it started reselling on eBay for $1,200, $1,500. One of them sold at $1,900 US for a box.
The guys are
I'm pretty sure Cherry sold out at 1.2, didn't it?
Yeah, 1.2.
Yeah. Australian.
So the thing is, it's interesting. I've kind of set my mind on I want to hold one box of Formula One Topps Chrome first release and one box of UFC Prizm first release, just because if it does play out, it plays out.
Of hobby, so you're going to get a Prizm.
Just I feel like I want to see what happens with the prices. I want to see if they come back down, like of a box, because the value that's in there. Sure, okay, Conor McGregor cards are selling for 140, but I mean, in Topps Chrome Formula One, I sold my Hamilton base that I pulled from like a loose pack.
Oh, you ended up selling it, did you?
$320 today, $320 for a Hamilton base. Now, granted, there are a lot of Hamilton cards, and I'm in this F1 group. I'm not sure if you're in it. F1 collectors group.
Yeah, I joined the other day.
It's pretty good, and they're very good at explaining like the cards you want are the numbered 1 to 20 cards, which are technically their true first Topps Chrome cards. Yeah, and there's rookie variants of Lando Norris. And
that one with him where he's wearing the sunnies and he's drinking the
very
Jets
popular
is just
card.
A sick card. It's a sick card.
Yeah. So the thing is, with these initial releases, you can somewhat make your money back from ripping a box. I'd rather rip a box of UFC Prizm and Formula One Topps Chrome than, say, EPL Prizm, because I'm less likely. People are chasing the first of a card always, and people are always trying to be the first to grade. That's another thing that I've noticed.
Yeah.
But Formula One is interesting because there's so many variants of the same driver, and people are chasing the colored, but the base is still selling well. So it's weird. Like I don't mind it. I don't mind what they've done with it. The cards look amazing. A couple packs. Steven's going to come over at some point. He said tonight, but maybe even Saturday if you can't make it tonight.
Steven
Steven wants to rip a box.
I'm live, surely.
Yeah, of course I'm live. Of course, yes. I've become a resident of the IG live. I'm loving it.
I like it.
He's breaking. He's getting it less fidgety on the hands. That's what I've noticed.
I am, aren't I? I'm getting steady.
He's a professional now.
Maybe there's a career in breaking. You never know. I might do a couple of cheeky breaks here and there.
From Anthony collects to Anthony breaks.
Someone reached out and said you should break a box of Formula One. And I'm like, I said no because I'm still iffy on doing breaks myself. But don't put it past me. I'm
don't tell me you're going to do a classic one pack break, one pack per person.
It'd have to be you know what? One pack per person's not bad either. But it would have to be something a bit more entertaining. I wouldn't do it the traditional, typical breaking way. I think there's so many breakers out there that are better than they're going to be better than me anyway. You know what I mean? I'd have to do it more from an entertaining purpose. I want Steven to be there as well. You know what I mean? But F1 and UFC, very interesting. The sales. I'd like to see. Let's revisit this in a week. or 2 weeks even, pencil it in, and we'll revisit what the prices are on some of these cards, because there's no way at Conor McGregor, like Saucy said, Conor McGregor should not be 140 out of the box. Not
Correct.
for
Not for a
a
base.
Prism card. Yeah, not for a base where I can understand first year tops chrome a bit more because it's 3 years ago. There's a lot less of those, a lot less. I forgot who it was in Clubhouse a couple months ago that was explaining Topps Chrome UFC, that first Topps Chrome was a much shorter print run than what this UFC Prism is going to be. So I can understand the value in those cards opposed to these ones. And we'll see. We'll see where we go from here.
Fair enough. Very nice. Well, I'm going to try and send me the group for the F1s as well, boys.
Yeah.
I'm keen to see that
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Just off there, sorry, I was on mute there for a sec. Yeah, that was something I was thinking about today. I wonder how much Topps Chrome F1 was actually printed. Because it seems to be pretty, I don't know, it seems to be pretty readily available, I guess, at an expensive price. But it seems to be a fair few people have it. Shout out to my guy JD Collectibles as well for hooking me up with some boxes.
Shout out to JD.
Legend.
Yeah. Let's talk about Blowout for a second, because me and Stephen are absolutely screwed.
You know what? This is
by the
actually
pre-orders on that.
Yeah, this is a good thing to talk about.
I want to just, and maybe we can clip this as well because it's very important. There's a lesson to be learned. Like, however many months deep I am into this hobby, there was an opportunity to pre-order from Blowout, and me and Stephen both took it. We both pre-ordered boxes, multiple boxes, at the price that was asked, which was $650 USD. And for a first year product, we didn't know where that lies with, the on the spectrum of what it's going to release at and how much it's going to resell for later. But Blowout must have had some form of a feeling, a gauge to know that that's at the upper level of what we can get before people just say, no, it's too expensive. So we pre-order a few at $650, and then a couple of weeks later go by and it's already down to $550 US. And now in Australia, it's pretty readily available at $600. So what I had to do was, and Stephen, we both had to go buy a couple more boxes, outlay more money, and cost average it down to a much cheaper, more resellable price. So we can make a little bit of profit or break even and get out of it. But even, that's what I'm saying, you got to be very wary of these big three, like Steel City, Blowout, and David Adams, especially Blowout, because Blowout will push it to the higher levels of a pre-order, and you don't want to get caught, because that's a very easy way of pre-ordering. You can't do a refund, you can't do a return. It's very easy to get caught out, and you've outlaid a lot of money, and then all of a sudden the release comes out. Sometimes it could go your way, and granted, that's why Blowout do it. They price it high because sometimes it goes crazy. Sometimes if they had done this for UFC's already doubled. But they did this for Formula One, and now it's comfortable at $500 US, $550 US. And, I'm not going to complain, and that's another thing. You got to just take it. I took the L.
Can't dwell on it.
And that's the thing. I could have just taken that L and not acted on buying more boxes at the opportunity that we had from JD. Shout out to JD. And then, you got to roll with the punches. But lessons learned for sure.
Yeah, just be mindful because I did try to warn you about that, Anth, but you'd already pulled the trigger and got the boxes. And it's just something that I've noticed. Blowout do release their prices at the upper end, as Anth said. So just do your research. Once again, it comes around to understanding the suppliers that are going to get some stock. And if you do see suppliers, this is one of the things that I've been doing now, which is DMing them on Instagram, DMing them on Messenger, wherever it may be, where you can get them, emailing them, whatever. If they got a phone number, call them seriously and ask them, are they getting these products? Because if it's an Australian retailer and they're going to be getting the product, then most likely, and they're an online store or whatever that sell cards, and whether they may be a brick and mortar as well, who knows? But generally they'll get a case, so that allows them to get the product at a bit of a cheaper price, so then they can sell it to us here at a better price than what you would get in importing the box from America. So just be mindful of that and just do your research and ask. You know, you can always ask if they're planning on getting this, or if they know from their supplier that they're maybe getting allocation. Sometimes they don't even know until a week before it comes out. But if you're in contact with them and you're in that person's mind, you know, sometimes it comes back full circle where they message you and let you know that it's actually come in before they put it up on their site, and you're able to get a box, which happened to me. So I was able to get, you know, a box and in that manner. So just, you know, don't be scared to ask the retailers out there.
It's a testament to how friendly everyone is as well in this hobby.
That's exactly
you know what
right.
I mean?
Spot on.
And the thing is, JD Collectibles, I don't know his real name, but he could have just bumped up the price to, you know, 800, 900, and, you know, no one's going to bat an eye. But, you know, he put it at a price where he makes his money.
He released some at that. He did a cherry special, released some at that price, and then obviously those sold out, and then he's bumped up the price, 100%. Which is fair enough.
But I think originally, because I remember seeing it, how long ago did I see it on his website? A month back? Remember I sent it to the group?
Yeah.
And I think he had it listed at 600, and it was just after you bought them in. And he had them listed at 600 Australian, and fair play to him. He actually released them at 600 Australian because, you know, after you saw Blowout put them up to 850 US, and a few other retailers put them up a bit more than that. He could have easily put them up to, you know, 800 Australian or 900 Australian.
Yeah.
But fair play to him
that's
for
the going
actually
price
releasing
now.
it at what he said. Yeah. So
100%.
And quick note before we move on, anyone Topps Museum thoughts, rookie class stacked. But this rookie class will carry over to the Chrome product, which seems to be the more anticipated of the two releases. But does this create an opportunity for people that when the Chrome comes out, and a few more products, that there's more attention on the Chrome? Does the museum drop in price, give people an opportunity to pick up some of them rookies? There is quite a few good ones in there. Obviously, you got Pedri, you got Bellingham, you got Mokoko, you got, who was the other guy that you were saying from?
Camavinga.
Yes, from
Camavinga's my favorite.
Saint Ren. He plays for Ren. Is that right?
Yeah.
There's an RPA in there as well, isn't there?
There's RPA. Listen, Topps are
interesting.
on fire with soccer and football, like soccer, football. They are getting orders of the rookies well before Panini get the orders of the rookies, well before, and they're getting not on card, stickers, but I don't think we see on card for a couple more years even.
Yeah,
but a rookie patch order of Camavinga is huge. Like,
that's crazy.
That's a monster.
Do you reckon he's in line to potentially go to a big club?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he goes. So. He might even go Madrid. Someplace like
that'd be interesting.
Big club. Look, museum. I won't touch on this too long because I think there is a segment to have when Chrome comes out, and then we can look back and compare.
Yeah.
Museum has always had, like, it's not the prettiest cards, if I can say it in a nicest way. Chrome is a much more desired set, especially for these rookies. But what makes this museum so interesting is the rookie class is amazing. Like you said, they've gone and they've picked the best rookies. They've made a checklist that might be, I think it's 150 players deep or 100 players deep. So you've got a good chance of hitting a rookie in every box. The boxes came out at a very cheap price. I think they were £150, whatever it was on Topps UK.
Yeah, don't remind me, mate. I missed it. I missed out. I missed the tweets from Topps UK. Don't worry, I'll put the notifications on for Topps UK tweets now.
Topps have been releasing. Topps have been killing it. Credit to them. They've been doing really well. Topps Chrome Champions League, I'm going to call it right now. Topps Chrome Champions League is the product of the year. I sound like What's the
over F1?
Blaise and
the
It is the product of the year. I'm telling you right now, product of the year. That rookie, it is.
This is why I love this hobby. This is why I love this hobby. He's got that voice. This is why I love this hobby.
It's 100 players deep in a checklist, 10 monster rookies, you've got almost like you think about 1 in 10 or 10% chance of hitting a rookie every card. Well, that's not how the packs are coordinated, but the rookies are so good. The cards are going to look amazing. I guarantee it. They learned their mistake from last year. And be on the lookout if there's a Sapphire.
Is there any photos out yet of what the card will actually... Oh, no, I've seen it. No, I've seen it. It's all good.
We saw
yeah.
There's like a
there's a few
yeah.
nice,
I was going to say, I think I did see them.
very nice cards.
Yeah, I just want a second. Are you done there, Ann?
Yeah, done.
Yeah, just second one Ann said. I think the class is just great. Hopefully the cards come out good, like like F1 Chrome came out very nice. But the class is crazy, like you're saying. For museum, yeah, the RPAs or the patch autos in it are enticing. I feel the rest of it doesn't really do much for me. Even when the boxes came out, I was like, probably not going to cop any. But yeah, definitely Topps Chrome Champions League this year is going to be a big release.
650 US, 625 USD.
Museum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nah, too much.
I wonder what this what Topps Chrome Champions League will be straight after release for a box, and then going forward. Thoughts?
Look, I had my finger on the trigger on Blowout again, and this was after the conversation with Saucy where he told me you overpaid for Formula One, and Blowout had them at $750 per box US.
$750.
Now, granted, it's weird because look at 1920 and look at 2017 Topps Chrome. They're $3,000-$4,000 boxes now, so it can grow quickly. But I'm too worried now to order from Blowout. I wouldn't do it again.
Yeah,
I wouldn't do it.
Well,
you just wouldn't do it, because there's a good chance that those boxes sit there at that price for a little bit longer, and you can gauge the market a bit more, and then you can maybe still get a box.
That's what I'm saying. I got 2 on a good pre-order. I'll say that.
I was gonna say I saw some people in Australia saying they got it for $350 Australian pre-order somewhere.
Yeah.
Where?
These pre-orders have been out since I think November.
A long time.
When it was a really slow soccer market. So
Yeah,
I think that's why they got that cheap price, and people probably pre-ordered cases at the time.
Yeah, getting on top of the pre-orders is the way to go if you want to get the cheapest possible product. It is the only way.
It's the truth. There is a little. If you can master that art, and something I'm trying to work on now, of drop a map, drop like a timeline, plan 3-4 months ahead. Staying ahead of the curve. We say it every app. But if you stay ahead of the curve and you can pre-order much cheaper, and then even though that money's sitting in you can't use it, it'll come back. And if you can time it where every month you've got something that you've outlaid 6 months prior, and it comes back and you reap that reward every month of these releases that are now marked up so much more, but you just had the courage to outlay that money at the start of the 6 months before, you'll be good.
There's that many releases these days that you can do something like that, I feel. And I think staying up to date with your release calendar, I think Blowout do like a release calendar. Looking a little bit looking a little bit ahead, I think you can do really well there, just planning out and being strategic.
Even Cardboard Connections got a...
They go on as well?
Release.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just, staying ahead of those, and, like the Ant's saying, just staying ahead of the curve, looking a few months ahead, plan out some stuff.
And research.
And
research before you go and buy the product.
Yeah.
Don't go buy every pre-order that you see now, ladies and gents, because you do your research.
Especially for people in Australia too. I feel like they, we should start looking for local suppliers to have a look at, especially for Topps, because it looks like there's a few Topps suppliers out there now. Instead of just going straight to Blowout or straight to, what's the other one called? The David Adams.
David Adams.
Yeah, instead of going straight to those big US ones, go to, see what you can get in Australia first and see what they've got them priced at, because you can, you don't have to worry about getting them shipped to a US address.
As we're on here right now, boys, I just went on to talk about the Topps Twitter page. I just went on there and they've just released Topps Match Attacks Chrome Bundesliga released. So interesting one that they're bringing the chrome, which is not something that they've done before. If I stand to be corrected, chrome on the match attacks.
Is that live?
Or maybe this might be this one.
No, they've never done. I don't think they've done chrome with autos. That's pretty.
Well,
there's autos in it too.
There's autos. There are sticker autos in it, so I think it's an interesting ploy by them to try push the match attacks a bit more.
I was gonna say I think that's what they're trying to do. I'm not a big match attacks fan, to be honest.
64 pounds.
How much? 64.
64 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what? I might buy that for Collect Connect. Have that at the hobby hangout. Why not? You know, one box might do well.
For that price, you can't go wrong, really.
Yeah. Autograph cards, 1 every 10 boxes. That makes sense.
There you go.
That's tough.
Ooh.
That is tough.
That's tough. Sheesh.
That's pretty good.
Oh, hell.
Yeah.
What are the autos though? Anyone got the checklist up? Is there a checklist?
There's a Haaland auto.
A Haaland auto.
So that's all you need to know, isn't it, Lukey?
Looks like I'm buying 10 boxes now.
It is Bundesliga, so I think there'd be Bellingham autos.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be sick. What? I
Okay.
wonder if that'll have like an RC on it or something.
So Haaland, Reina, Bellingham.
They're the autos.
Yeah. Alphonso Davies, Kimmich, Alaba, Marco Reus.
Sancho.
Almost
Some
Sanchez.
nice autos. Royce is so underrated, man. He's been so good for so long.
Yeah, he's a gun. He's actually a gun.
He used to kill FIFA. I remember FIFA back in the day. He used to dominate.
Him,
Dominate.
Blaszczykowski.
Blaszczykowski, man.
Oh, jeez. And Lewandowski in the middle. It's just over with those three.
Yeah.
Good luck. Good luck.
Oh, man. That's reminiscing. That's really turning back, boys. All right. Let's move on to the final segment, which is Fire or Flame. Have we got anything this week, gents?
You know what? I do. And this is controversial.
Oh, he's going to attack someone else.
Oh, no.
No. This is like, you're going to ask me what's wrong with me. Am I okay? This is, it's a risky one, but it makes sense as well. Pulisic has been playing very well. Like, we'll call a spade a spade. Pulisic has been playing quite well for Chelsea. And I'm looking at the rookie cards. I'm looking at this purely from an investment point of view. The rookie cards are the Select and the Prizm, if I'm correct. Select
For Pulisic?
For Pulisic, isn't it?
He's got that Don Russ debuts one as well. Is that
the Don
a
Russ
rookie?
debut.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's 2016 as well. Yeah.
But the first...
Go on, sorry.
In that 2016, amongst that set is the 2016 Select rookie, and he's also got like a silver variant, and then there's an autograph in that box as well. Is that
the Dortmund one or the USA one? Are they both in the same box? Because he's got the Dortmund one as well. I think Dortmund might be the next year though.
The year after.
Might be 2017. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
My play is actually the sealed wax of 2016-17 Select. It's at $730 US.
Okay.
And
wow.
Amongst that, that's what I'm saying. The CE? Amongst
2016,
that,
yeah.
2016, which is Pulisic rookie year, but the big
Rashford
one
as well.
is Rashford's.
Is that the one? Yeah, that's what you're gonna say.
So you've got a chance at hitting. Yeah, look at everyone just jumping on the computer. Everyone's intrigued. This Select
everyone sits up a little bit. Yeah.
It's a set that's creeping up in everyone's, like, especially in soccer. Mbappe sets them monster sales, and that's why everyone's interested in Select right now. But 2016 Select Soccer, you can get a box for. I want to double check. I want to make sure they're still available because I did get one. You can get one. Yeah, last sold. It was $650 a week ago or 2 weeks ago.
Buy it now for $790.
Yeah. There's one for $625 USD, $5 shipping to your US ship my cards address. And if you go and check how much a Pulisic Silver Select is going for, it's quite high. It's uncomfortably high, especially for where that box is. And we know that wax takes a couple of weeks to adjust to the price of the card. That's my little cheeky play.
Like it.
And
I like it.
not
That's
to
not bad.
mention, not to mention, you still got a chance at Ronaldo Ronaldo, Messi, Neymar, Suarez. You got a chance at all these big boys in that one auto, two mem cards in that.
Geez, you nearly. Oh, was it a big call to say you'd rather buy that box than an EPL Prizm box for just about the same
Absolutely.
price?
100%.
I reckon, yeah,
Absolutely.
100%. Yeah,
Absolutely.
I didn't realize they were at that price.
It's a sneaky little play, and this guy has 3 available. 4
Wow,
available.
there's one on bids at the moment at $305 with Shieldsteins.
Mm.
How long for?
4 days.
Oh my god!
4 days, 13 hours.
Wonderful.
I just got what he said.
Sauce, you idiot. Oh, fuck. Chill stains. Yeah.
Oh shit!
Oh, that's what they know. That's what people call them around in the traps of the hobby. So that's the nickname they were given because they were actually found guilty of doing it, caught red-handed. So just calling them what they are.
I hate you click on the bids just because you're like, wait, this ended way too early. I think the PWCC do it as well. You click on the bids and it says like private bidder or something
Private
shit
listing.
like that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know.
it's the most fucking annoying shit in the world.
There's a case up, and
Oh, here we go.
AK.
Yeah.
AK. What do you reckon, boys?
And that's $12. It works out about. Oh no, it doesn't actually. You are saving quite a bit. That's disgusting. I would not spend 8K on Pulisic.
What if there's 4 of us though? What if there's 4 of us? Get Splash in here as well. He'll buy one.
It's just look. I'm looking at some of these cards, and it's.
I reckon that is a very nice play.
There's a Pele auto in that in amongst that as well.
Yeah, there is.
Pele auto.
There was
Really?
one listed for 4K.
4,000. Rashfords are selling comfortably in the 600-700s. I don't know.
I like it.
I like that play a lot, Anth.
Very nice. Anyone else got one?
I've got a flame.
You go. Go first.
I'm flaming all the people that are buying Conor McGregor base Prizm cards at $140. You're a bunch of lemons. Don't buy the card. It's going to come down. Just be mindful. We've seen this multiple times, new releases. I don't think it's going to be any different just because it's first year Prizm. It's just, that price, $140. I still think $50 US would be overpriced. But, at least paying $50, you're going to feel a lot better than paying $140. That's for sure. So just be mindful.
I've got two fires. The first one goes to Anth for getting over 1K followers. That is
Yeah.
fine. Congrats
Hey,
Well done,
on
Anth.
the gram.
thank you.
And the second fire for me is just modern NBA at the moment. Graded. I think there's a lot of plays out there to be made going into playoffs and stuff like that. I think I've heard so many people say this is the softest the NBA modern market's been for a very long time. I think there's definitely some opportunity there. Look at one thing as well is look at the pop of stuff. Like Trae Young, for example. I don't know if I'm going out and buying a Prizm PSA 9 when I can get an Optic PSA 9 for half the price, and the pop is significantly lower. That's another thing as well, what I've been looking at. But then again, if you're going to look into getting base stuff, maybe even look at the color because everything at the moment is pretty cheap. There was silver DeAndre Hunters they were mosaic actually. I think it went for like $25 US in a PSA 9 today on bids. Couldn't believe it. But yeah, there's some real plays at the moment. Yeah, just not just in Prizm, Optic, mosaic, just everywhere. Really have a look at some modern NBA because going into playoffs, people coming back from injury.
I like it.
I read
I
that.
think there's going to be some.
I noticed Sasha has been doing that. He's been buying up these cheap NBA slabs, and it just seems like it's too soft. It's uncomfortably soft.
Exactly.
Like leading up to the playoffs. NBA's been on for the last since that little break in COVID, back whenever it was. NBA's been on since then, and it's been on every day. And
Fatigue is unbelievable at the moment.
Yeah, it is. And when LeBron comes back, when the teams start trying, I watched the
teams start trying.
The Knicks versus Who
I know.
played today? Knicks
Mate,
versus.
I couldn't even tell you who plays anymore.
No, it was Lakers. I watched Lakers.
Oh,
versus-
Lakers and Wizards today.
That's it. And I'm
Well,
watching.
who won, by the way?
Wizards
Wizards are on a run at the moment, aren't they?
dominating, mate.
Yeah.
They're trying hard.
But
against
Rui's
teams that
injured though.
aren't
That's the only thing I
trying.
don't like to hear.
No,
Rui
he
not-
played.
No, he played
Oh,
today.
he played, did he?
He
I thought he was out.
posterized Anthony Davis today.
Oh, I didn't see it. Fuck.
Like he
Huge
just
poster.
jammed him in
Huge
his
That's
face.
good.
poster.
I like hearing that.
These teams
Fucking Rui.
aren't
Yeah.
trying. I was watching. It's like a 3-point contest. Like they pass the ball around and then shoot a three. They're
Gross.
tired. They're tired of. They don't want to play defense like aggressively. And I don't blame. I mean, there's no real like atmosphere there, and so let the playoffs come back, and let's see this run because it will go on.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
I agree.
All those teams, not bubble teams, and it's not a bubble, but all those teams in the playoffs, they're the guys. If you're holding their cards, and you've done wonders there, Lukey, like buying Atlanta cards, because all they have to do is get these guys back, and when they start winning a couple games in a series, they might not win the series, but if it looks like they're not going to, if they dominate in a few of those games in a close first rounder, you just flog them off.
Yeah.
Mm.
You get rid of them straight
Especially,
away.
but this is the thing, like I was saying about the color. Definitely look for variants, color variants. That is,
Yeah.
because the base, I made the mistake last, with the bubble and playoffs and stuff of just buying too much base, where I could have got a much higher return on if I bought color variants.
Yeah.
So at this price, now where things are, you're better off buying, say, one silver at. Well, DeAndre Hunter, that silver mosaic today for what, 25? You can get, they're probably going to be $20 just for a base anyway, a base Prizm or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm with you there, Luke. You just be mindful because, I even got caught in that hole a little bit just looking at too much, just buying cheap base PSA 9s and things like that. And you could then go get, which might not be a Prizm, but you could go get like a mosaic or an optic or a select card in a Prizm variant, a hollow variant, a refractor variant, in one of those other sets, and you could be paying only an extra $5, maybe $10 at the most, and you're still getting a PSA 9. You're picking up a hollow or refractor variant. And when it comes to flipping that card, everyone prefers a refractor than a base card. So then it's just easier to flip it on the other end. So
and even if you're getting lower too, you can give someone a good deal as well, which
exactly
makes it a bit better. Yeah. So I think that's a big play at the moment. Definitely something I'm very much looking at.
I like it. That is very nice, Lukey. Me, I flamed the Pokemon community last week, so that wasn't smart.
So you double down on that.
Nah, I'm gonna go. Nah. I'm actually gonna give a to. I think I flame the Pokemon community based on something that I said about the Dragon Ball Z community last week. But I actually want to give my fire to DBS cards. I've been following a few groups just to see the prices and some of the cards, and there's a lot of slab cards in there. And I don't know if you boys have seen them, but some of their cards just look unbelievable. Like, DBS cards just look sick, look crazy. You're buying it for the artwork on the holo, then, because obviously it's not really a trading card game like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh. But I'm giving it a fire. But if there's a middle in between fire and flame, it's more of a caution sign that I'm going to give to a lot of people. I'm giving it as a fire because it's sick cards to like get into collecting and stuff. But I think it might be, I don't know. I've spoken with Source a bit about this, but it's more like if you're getting in now, it's on its bull run. But the problem with Dragon Ball Super is I don't know when this bull run's going to end, because people are starting to work out older sealed wax. They're like, oh, this older sealed wax had these Mojo cards in it, and we can't get this sealed wax now because they don't sell it at retail, and people have it in stock, and now they're bringing it out and going, oh yeah, I've got this, I'll sell it to you. And boxes are selling now for I've seen boxes sell for 2,800 US. Yeah. And like, I don't know this bull run. It's more of a fire because the cards are sick, yeah. But there's no flame, but it's also a caution sign in there. Just be very careful if you're jumping straight into it.
I want to actually show you something because I was looking at Dragon Ball Z cards
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not to invest in, just for literally exactly what you said, just for the artwork.
Yeah.
Because
yeah, show me, man. I'll tell you a big regret that I had too. Yeah, with this, because we interviewed all the rookies, dude. Like we interviewed all the rookies, what, a month ago now. Yeah. Funnily enough, I asked Source. This is like stuff up by me. I asked Source about Dragon Ball Super cards. You reckon it was like 4 or 5 months earlier?
Yeah.
The Source goes, oh yeah, go ask Sammy D. Yeah, and so I DM'd him, and he goes, "Oh, go look for SCR cards, SR cards. Go look for these things." Yeah, so I started looking them up. I'm like, these are pretty cheap. They look pretty good, and they were at like $30-$40 a card. Those exact same cards now, $250, $300, $400 a card. So if I just went, oh, I'm gonna dip my feet in here now and build it up, I could have been flogging it off if I didn't like the card. I could have got rid of him to buy another DBS card, or I could have flogged off all the DBS cards and bought Dragon Ball Hero cards because they look better and they're cheaper. So yeah, show us what you got. I saw Frieza.
this was one of my early, not early actually. It was quite late in my sneaker endeavors. But I bought the Dragon Ball Z.
What is that?
Adidas collab.
Is that the green ones?
Is that
Leave them out.
I actually got at one stage I had the first 4. So Goku, Frieza, and Gohan. These are all they're not the nicest shit, but they are. The box is sick and the artwork inside is sick and everything. That's why
I've got the green ones.
The Cell.
The Shenron.
You got the Shenron.
The Shenrons. Nice.
What are they worth?
These aren't worth a lot, but it's more for I love Dragon Ball Z growing up.
Yeah.
And the box looks like amazing. So basically, when you stack it, so
yeah.
Where is it? If I can lift these two don't connect, but these two are the only ones that don't. They actually make a photo, like one.
Oh, no way.
Dragon. If you've got the whole collection.
Mad. Wow.
So I had the first 4, but then I sold off 2 because they got the Goku got expensive, like $450 US. And yeah, so these are two of my favorite characters, Frieza and Gohan. So,
Gohan, yeah, classic.
The best one is the Goku. The one you got, that Frieza one, it's not too bad. What size is that, Anth? What size?
I always buy 6.5. It's my lucky raffle entry number.
Well, there's not even any sales of a 6.5.
Hey, what number was that?
6.5 US.
Yeah, it's about $250.
I can't wear it, so I can never like undead stock it, and it'll always be more expensive because it's kind of like in that range where not a lot of people. It's because the way sneakers are made, it's a bell curve. Not a lot of them are made at that 6.5, 6, 7 range, but then a lot are made at 9.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. But it's awesome.
Good.
Sick stuff, man. Very nice. All right. Well, on behalf of myself, the great man Source, Luke, and Anth, it's been crunch time. Coming up big when it counts. And peace.
Peace out.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Crunch Time.